Hi, my name is Noel student ID number 200118009, and I'm here to show you how easy it is to adopt healthy eating habits in university. According to the Malaysian Ministry of Health in 2020, healthy eating habits are important to be established amongst young adults as it helps to supply nutrients, reduce risk of diseases, especially non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol, and also manage certain diseases. So what are the challenges faced by students, and what can be done to encourage them to adopt said healthy eating habits? Let's find out. As university is the bridge for many from adolescence into adulthood, it is during this time that many find themselves living away from home, suddenly having the responsibility of independence thrust upon them, from dealing with academics, co-curriculum activities, and active social life, laundry, to the ever-nagging question of, what do I eat next? Frankly speaking, information on healthy eating is scarce and inaccessible in developing nations, and university students are amongst the most vulnerable group. They have adopted unhealthy eating behaviors due to reduced availability, affordability, and accessibility of healthy diet in university campuses and surrounding food outlets. It is hard for newly independent students to find a balance between price, convenience, taste, while making good eating choices. Studies by Norazlan Shah have shown that there is a lack of awareness among Malaysians regarding the use of nutrition labels when purchasing foods, especially amongst university students. This lack of education on healthy eating habits may lead to disordered eating, which is used to describe a range of irregular eating behaviors, such as binge eating, skipping meals, and constant snacking. Many who suffer from disordered eating usually minimize the impact it has on their mental or physical health. Studies have shown that snacking habits does increase in proportion to stress received. In a study carried out by GAN in 2001, they found that more than half of the university students studied did not meet the Malaysian Recommended Nutrition Intake or RNI. Failure to meet the Malaysian RNI during your university years will lead to many health problems in the near future, as many fall into individual set ways of eating habits, be it healthy or unhealthy during this period of time. It is harder to commit to a drastic lifestyle change in the future when problems with their health arise. Malaysia is currently facing the double burden of malnutrition, where undernutrition, such as stunting and wasting amongst children, and overnutrition, childhood obesity, and diet related NCDs, presents itself as a rampant problem. As a rapidly developing nation, the Malaysian Ministry of Health expects that the future growth of the aging population will contribute to the increase of diet related NCDs. Malnutrition amongst university students can materialize in many ways. A study conducted in 2001 by GAN noted that it was more prevalent for female university students to be underweight due to undernutrition. This may be caused by the desire to want a thinner body size. However, problems such as osteoporosis and anemia arise in malnourished women, which may cause further complications and disrupt the quality of life. Overnutrition usually shows up as overweight and/or obesity. The National Health and Morbidity Survey 2019, or the NHMS, found that obesity amongst adults have increased threefold over the last 10 years. Many diet-related NCDs come hand in hand with obesity, which includes cardiovascular diseases such as high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, and sometimes even cancer. So how do we actually adapt these healthy eating habits? There have actually been many initiatives by the Malaysian Ministry of Health and Mohd to promote healthy eating among Malaysians. I'm sure most Malaysians are very familiar with the food pyramid, which is intended to serve as a guide for your daily food intake. However, in 2020, an updated food pyramid was released by the Nutrition Division. One of the main differences to note would be that fruits and vegetables now are at the bottom tier, replacing carbohydrates. The vitamins and minerals within fruits and vegetables are vital in providing nutrients for a healthy body. There is a notable 50 to 65% decrease in serving sizes for the carbohydrates tier. It is also encouraged to consume whole grains rather than highly processed carbohydrates. Another notable addition would be the recommendation to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water in a day. A standard glass of water is 250 milliliters, so one has to drink at least 2 liters of water daily. It is vital to ensure one is hydrated, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. Now let's go through the tiers one by one. It is recommended that we consume at least 3 servings of vegetables along with 2 servings of fruits per day. For the carbohydrates tier, which encompasses foods such as rice, other cereals, whole grain cereal based products, as well as tubers, it is recommended to consume 3 to 5 servings in a day. Moving on to the tier above, which is the recommended daily intake for protein, fish and legumes are to be consumed 1 serving each, whereas poultry, eggs, and meat are to be consumed within 1 to 2 servings. Dairy and dairy products should be limited to 2 servings in a day. At the topmost tier is the just adequately category, with foods such as fats, oils, sugars, and salts. Intake of these foods should be limited as excess intake may cause health problems for many. Moving on, another easy way to incorporate healthy eating habits into your daily routine is to ask yourself this or that while making food choices. Starting from your breakfast, rather than sugary cereals, you can instead opt for a fruity breakfast oatmeal bowl. Perhaps you enjoy eating bread in the morning. You can choose whole wheat bread over white bread. For lunch and dinner, as you choose your carbohydrates, consider brown rice instead of white rice. As for your proteins, rather than deep frying it, choose instead steaming, baking, grilling, blanching, or poaching. This will help you consume less oil. Of course, don't forget your 2 servings of fruits and vegetables per meal. If you're feeling hungry for some crunchy snacks in the middle of the day, rather than a packet of potato chips, which contains empty calories, choose fresh fruits or carrot sticks for that added crunch. As for drinks, always opt for plain water if possible, rather than sweetened soft drinks or otherwise. You see, making healthy choices is not as intimidating as you think. Next, one of my personal favorite initiatives by the Nutrition Division of the MOH to promote healthy eating habits would be the Malaysian Healthy Plate. This initiative emphasized on the suku-suku separuh or quarter-quarter half concept. This concept is a quick visual aid to help you identify if your meal is healthy and well-balanced. Suku-suku separuh is a single meal intake guide. Easy to implement. All you have to do is divide up your plate into quarters and a half. 1/4 of the plate for grains or grain products, preferably whole grains such as brown rice or wholemeal bread or noodles. The other half of the plate is for your protein, which includes fish, poultry, meat, or eggs. Half of your plate should be dedicated to fruits and vegetables. A mix of different types would be ideal to ensure you have a diverse diet. Also, don't forget a glass of water with your meal to ensure that you're properly hydrated. In these photos provided by Dr. Rosalind Yap from the Nutrition Society of Malaysia, you can see some examples of local dishes that follow the Suku-Suku Separuh guidelines. This includes Malaysia's national dish, nasi lemak, the classic kway teow soup, and a balanced breakfast meal. One thing to also note is that plate size matters, as everybody's nutrition needs are different. For adults, it is recommended to use a plate that is no bigger than 23 centimeters or 9 inches in diameter. As for children, they should use a plate that is 18 centimeters or 7 inches in diameter. My healthy plate is consistent with the principles of a healthy diet, and it also follows the key concepts of balance, moderation, and variety, BMV, as well as the Malaysian food pyramid, which we discussed earlier. Eating is a profound social urge in human, and food is almost always shared. Mealtimes are events where the whole family, settlement, or village comes together. Food is also an occasion for sharing, for distributing, and giving. Therefore, a great way to motivate oneself to participate in the Healthy Plate initiative would be to participate in the Suku Suku Separuh hashtag on social media, where you can post your meal with that hashtag and also browse other people's meals. This is a great way to search for meal inspirations and to find a community of people who are also on their journey to pick up healthy eating habits. Hey, you might even find some food posts from me because I too participate in hashtag Suku Suku Separuh. To conclude my presentation, the challenges faced by university freshmen regarding maintaining healthy eating habits include number one, the lack of education, number two, the lack of ability to balance price, convenience, taste, and nutrition, number three, disorder eating due to external stresses, number four, failure to meet recommended nutrition intake, and number five, malnutrition, which may lead to various NCDs. And amongst the ways to encourage healthy eating habits include 1. Following the new Malaysian food pyramid for your daily food intake, using this or that method when making food choices. Number 3. Following the Malaysian Healthy Plate or Suku Suku Separuh guide when having your meal. And number 4. Using the Suku Suku Separuh hashtag to find a community of people sharing their meals on their healthy eating journey. And that concludes my presentation. Here are my references. Thank you so much for listening. Hope everyone stays safe during the pandemic. Thank you. Bye.